to follow everything I believe in. Now I surrender. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save. Forever, author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. Shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Jesus, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save. Forever, author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save. Forever, author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. Shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Jesus, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Empty Cross Ministries Daily Devotional. We're going to be looking at Genesis chapter 32, verses 22 through 32. Just a short read this time. This is Jacob wrestling with God. That night, Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 maidservants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. After he had sent them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak. When the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. Then the man said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." But Jacob replied, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." Then the man asked him, "What is your name?" "Jacob," he answered. Then the man said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with men, and have overcome." Jacob said, "Please tell me your name." But he replied, "Why do you ask my name?" Then he blessed him there. So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, "It is because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." The sun rose above him as he passed Peniel, and he was limping because of his hip. Therefore, to this day, the Israelites do not eat the tendon attached to the socket of the hip, because the socket of Jacob's hip was touched near the tendon. In Romans 9, the Apostle Paul uses Jacob as an example of God's grace. Why would God use a cheating rascal like Jacob to carry out his plan of building a holy nation? "I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion," is God's answer. Paul loved the word grace. It means an undeserved gift, because he had spent the first part of his life fighting against God's will, and yet God loved him anyway. Two scenes in Jacob's life especially show grace at work. At two critical moments, just as he was about to lose heart, God met him in dramatic personal encounters. The first time, Jacob was crossing a desert alone as a fugitive. Having cheated his brother out of the family birthright, he was running away from Esau and his murderous threats. Yet God came to him with bright promises, not the reproaches he deserved. Jacob had not sought God. Rather, God sought him. At that tender moment, God confirmed that all the blessings he had promised Abraham would apply to Jacob, a disgraced runaway. The next encounter occurs several decades later. The night before Jacob is to attempt reconciliation with Esau. In the intervening years, Jacob has learned many hard lessons, but as he thinks about the rendezvous, he trembles in fear. After pleading with God to keep his promises, he receives in response a supernatural encounter as strange as any in the Bible. Jacob the grasper has met a worthy opponent at last. He wrestles with God himself. After this strange night, Jacob will always walk with a limp, a permanent reminder of the struggle. Along the way, Jacob picks up a new name, Israel, a name that puts the final seal of God's grace on him. Jacob the chief becomes the namesake of God's chosen people, the Israelites. What I'd like for you to contemplate on and meditate upon today is this question. Not many people have such dramatic encounters with God. How has God met you at a time of need?
I see the King of Glory coming on the clouds with fire. The whole earth shakes. The whole earth shakes. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with the sound here with the music, but that's about to make me nuts, so we're just going to conclude right here. Have a good evening, a good day, be blessed, and stay safe.